Are you in North America? Are you in the United States? Are you in Canada? This episode of the Infinite Thinking Machine is brought to you by Q. Let's do it. Oh yeah, let's do it. Remember pen pals? Weren't they great? Weren't they charming? Well, mystery location calls are like pen pals times 10. Million. A mystery location call can also be known as mystery Skype and is also known as a mystery hangout. And it's where classes connect to play a game to figure out the location of the other class. It's a video chat done online, and each class is permitted to ask the other yes or no questions. You've heard of the 4 C's, and this is a really great opportunity for your classes to collaborate, to create, communicate, and most importantly, think critically. The first step is to connect with another class. The best place to do this is through the Google Plus community, appropriately named, wait for it, mystery location calls. Once you're there, you can post questions, post a request, or answer somebody else's request to join in a game. Once you've found a class to connect with, you're going to have to figure out a time that's convenient for both classes. This part can be a little tricky, but it's also part of the fun. We recommend using doodle.com to set up a doodle poll to find a whole bunch of times that are going to be appropriate and go from there. Once you get closer to the day, it's really important that every single kid in your class has a role. There are no free rides in a mystery location call. Every single kid is going to be engaged doing one task or another. Joanne Fox has created an awesome Google Doc that has listed all these roles, and I'm going to go through those now. The first role is the greeter. This is going to be the student that welcomes the other class to your classroom. And then the greeter will pass on to the communicator, and the communicator is going to be the one that's asking and answering the questions for the rest of the call. Working closely with the communicator is the question keepers, and they're the ones that are going to record the questions that have already been asked. Think tank. The role of the think tank is to do some Google search and to try to put those clues together. And then working closely with the think tank is the keeper of the clues. Kind of makes me think of like a Harry Potter title of something. The keeper of the clues are the ones that are going to jot down all the information that they've gathered. After that, we have the geographer, who is in charge of location and mapping information. The runner. Another important job, and one perfectly suited for the busy body in your class. The runner is the student that's going to move around to all the different jobs and be the kind of communicator between each one. Another good busybody job is the photographer, who's going to document the experience for later blogging goodness, accompanied by the videographer, who's going to do a similar role but catch video. Because of course you're going to want to document this afterwards. Tech support may want to work closely with that runner, and they're in charge of plugging in and making sure that everything works smoothly and perfectly on the call. They'll be there to iron out any little techno bumps that you have along the way. Then you have the sharer. So once you've kind of gotten closer to the end of your call and you've guessed one another's locations, the sharer can add other interesting information about your class to the other class that's visiting to give them a broader picture of who you are and where you are. The closer, similar to the greeter at the beginning, is going to come online and say thank you and farewell to the other class, and maybe set up a time for another collaboration. Finally, once you've ended the call, you've got those photos, you've got the video, might as well get a kid to blog it out and capture kind of the key learnings that you experienced as a class. So the final role is the blogger. Mystery location calls are a fabulous way to kick off a classroom collaboration. Let's say that you and another class are going to be learning about rocks and minerals, but before you do that, why not have a mystery call to break the ice and get to know each class a little bit better? You can also set some epic goals like Scott Bedley did in Irvine, California, where he has set out to connect with all 50 states and do a mystery Skype in a classroom across the USA. In Canada, we have our very own queen of classroom collaboration, Kathy Cassidy, who's the author of Connected from the Start. She has her grade 1 students connect with kids and other classrooms across Canada and beyond. Now, grade 5 seems to be the super sweet spot for mystery calls, but don't let that dissuade you. In grade 1, you could easily do it if you scaled back the roles and if you did some gradual release of responsibility, having the teacher model some of those roles beforehand, or pair up with another class in your school so you can have some older student mentors. It's an idea that you can scale and play around with to suit your needs. Looking for more great ideas? Then come check us out at infiniteThinkingMachine.org. We've got links to today's show, including Kathy Cassidy's book, Connected from the Start, which is particularly useful for teachers of lower grades and primary, and the link to Joanne Fox's super handy handout on the different jobs that you're going to need to know for the mystery location calls. And while you're hanging on our site, you can check out past episodes and see what Ramsey has to say with other great education technology ideas. Then why don't you show us some ITM love by following us on Twitter and Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. But really, the most important thing is that you remember that you are the infinite thinking machine.